local community and the local environment very, very, very important. And as planets collect in the third house for you, which is what this is, and they are doing so now, but it's in the form of planets not shown here, which are Venus and Mercury. You need to get to know where you live. Whether you like it or not, you need to get to know where you live. You need to know your neighbors. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know who people are, how to get around, and who has what, and who can provide what, and who can take care of what. Because the powers that be are basically trying to beat us back into shanties, and make us think that we are somehow better in a world that is run and organized by robots than by people. Which brings me to the topic of the so-called digital revolution, which is happening in Aries as well. Now, there's no doubt that the world getting demolished during Pluto in Capricorn and then Pluto going into Aquarius certainly has a lot to say about technological subject matter, as does Uranus going into Gemini. That takes place in June. This comes with massive technological breakthrough. In a book called The Awa, a 65-page ebook, short enough to be printable and carried around and read conveniently in a few sessions. The last day of working on that, I realized that Uranus was going into Gemini. It kind of took me by surprise. And then I went back and I looked at the chronology of computer science and realized that there were really two stages of computer science. The Uranus and Taurus phase, which was kind of the World War II, pre-World War II era, kind of the rise of the Nazis. And then in 42, Uranus goes into Gemini, and then we get into this leaps and bounds exponential growth of computer science, leading to the computers that we have today. But now we're in a world where the computers are operating underneath the surface and are poised to take over. And young people do not understand this. And if you find yourself saying, AI, ooh, how wonderful, or you hear a young person say, oh, hey, little AI, that's good. Oh, they're probably making progress. No, they're buying the propaganda, or they're under the control of the robot, one or the other. Your goal right now as a person, as far as I'm concerned, as your astrologer, if you give a flying fuck what I think, is to not become part of the Borg, to not become part of the robot. And to remember that the robot is not actually attained by plugging a thing into your head, like in The Girlfriend Experience, Season 3, the last episode, worth watching. I'm not into these Netflix series, but Season 3 of The Girlfriend Experience, I believe on Amazon or Netflix. First of all, I had a script concept for that very similar in 2003. Essentially, it comes right out of Book of Blue. That the hypnotic source, that the lure is into the frame of mind created by the robotic devices, and the disembodiment property of the robotic devices, and the surrender of one's interior reality to the robotic environment. Now, this has happened since the dawn of electricity. It is especially hard on women, who tend to rebel against being women under the influence of all electrical devices. Electrical devices are extremely hard on the relationship of women, the soul of the woman and the body of the woman. It rips the two of them apart. They do bad things to men, but it's especially traumatic for women, who are in many ways the ground of physical reality. I'm not a feminist. I'm a tantric. And my understanding is, from long observation, that female is the ground of physical reality. It is the ground from which we grow. And the feminists hate this. But if the concept of a woman means anything, the first thing it has to mean is that we are of women born. And so when there's a technological advance that completely plunders the relationship between between women and their bodies. We want to know what that is. We want to know what that's doing. And I suggest that you pay close attention. And one of the ways to pay close attention is to be where you are. Now, as connecting the family Hunger Games, I wonder if what's my situation with April 2025. April 2025. I don't quite have the right chart here, but we'll make do. What's going on now is that I'm going to draw this in. Take a second here. Excuse me.